Number 10. 560 units. The R32 generation GTR, affectionately known as Godzilla, emerged during the late 1980s. Nissan's engineers were tasked with creating a Group A monster, a car dominating both the track and the road. The R32 was the successor to the lackluster R31 and needed to be a game-changer. Fortunately, Nissan had the financial reserves during the peak bubble era to make it happen. This Nismo version was created to meet homologation requirements, with only 560 units produced. Powered by the RB26D ETT, a 2.6-liter twin-turbo inline-six engine, the Nismo GTR produced 276 horsepower, a figure often said to be underrated due to Japan's gentleman's agreement. Paired with a beefed-up 5-speed manual transmission and Nissan's advanced Atessa ETS all-wheel drive system, the R32 was a wolf in sheep's clothing. It could outperform many supercars of its time while still being practical for everyday driving. Number 9. 416 units. It made its debut at the 32nd Tokyo Motor Show in 1997 and hit the streets in 1998. What set it apart? Well, it was the first-ever four-door Skyline GTR since the iconic 2000 GTR from 1969. Autech took the four-door Skyline R33 as its canvas, but added unique touches. Newly designed rear doors and fenders to mimic the blistered look of the two-door GTR. The decision to create a four-door GTR was bold and unexpected, but it resonated with enthusiasts who wanted both speed and space. The Autech 40th anniversary was powered by the same RB26D ETT engine as the standard R33, making 276 horsepower. Despite being a larger, more practical car, its performance was not compromised, and it could still go from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. Number 8. 285 units. The R34 GTR M-Spec NUR was produced as a rare limited edition, and its name carries intriguing layers. M-Spec stood for Kazutoshi Mizuno, the chief engineer behind the GTR. But there's more. NUR pays homage to the famous Nürburgring circuit in Germany. With Nissan test driver Kazuo Shimizu behind the wheel, the R34 set a lap time of 7 minutes, 52 seconds at the Nürburgring, surpassing the R33's previous record. Under its hood, the M-Spec NUR boasts the same legendary 2.6-liter twin-turbocharged inline-six found in the regular R34 Skyline. However, it receives some special treatment. Upgrades include a larger intercooler, a higher capacity fuel pump, and a Nismo intake and exhaust system. These tweaks push the horsepower to around 330, making it a thrilling ride on both road and track. Number 7. 197 units. Also known as the Kenmeri GTR, is a rare and iconic piece of automotive history. This was the second generation of the GTR, following the success of the Hakosuka, but it had a short production run. It was named after a famous Japanese TV commercial featuring a couple named Ken and Mary. The Kenmeri nickname stuck with the car. However, due to stricter emission regulations and the oil crisis in the early 1970s, Nissan halted production, making this model one of the last high-performance cars of the era. It was powered by the revered S20 engine, a 2.0-liter DOHC inline-six that produced 158 horsepower. While its performance numbers were modest by today's standards, it retained rear-wheel drive and a lightweight design that made it agile and competitive. The Kenmeri GTR marked the end of the GTR nameplate until its revival with the R32 in 1989. Number 6. 110 units. The Spec V is a high-performance variant of the R35 GTR, designed for drivers who want an even more track-focused experience. Released exclusively in Japan, the Spec V was aimed at enthusiasts looking for a lightweight, enhanced version of the already potent GTR. This model featured carbon fiber components, including the rear spoiler, grille, and brake ducts, which helped reduce weight compared to the standard model. It retained the same 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6 engine as the standard GTR, producing 479 horsepower. However, it had an overboost function that temporarily increased torque for better acceleration at higher speeds. The Spec V also featured a titanium exhaust system, upgraded Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, and a stiffer suspension setup, making it more agile and responsive on the track. Number 5. 63 units. The V-Spec 2N1 is one of the most hardcore and rare versions of the legendary R32 GTR, developed for motorsport homologation. The N1 designation signifies a racing version built to comply with Group N racing regulations. These cars were designed for track performance and stripped of unnecessary comforts like air conditioning, ABS, and audio systems to reduce weight and improve performance. This 2.6-liter twin-turbo inline-six featured upgraded turbochargers with steel internals instead of the standard ceramic units, making it more durable under high-stress conditions. While its official output remained at the claimed 276 horsepower due to Japan's Gentleman's Agreement, the N1 engine was built to handle much more power for racing purposes. Number 4. 44 units. Created by Nismo to showcase their engineering prowess. The 400R was a highly exclusive, street-legal race car developed as a celebration of Nissan's motorsport achievements and to offer a more extreme version of the R33 GTR. The 400 in its name refers to its impressive power output of 400 horsepower, a significant increase over the standard R33. It also had upgrades to its suspension, aerodynamics, and braking system, making it a beast both on the road and the track. It could sprint from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and reach a top speed of around 186 miles per hour. It was one of the first cars to use carbon fiber extensively for weight reduction and strength, including in its rear wing and drive shaft, foreshadowing the widespread use of the material in modern supercars. Number 3. 38 units. The 99 V-Spec N1 is one of the most specialized and rare versions of the R34, built for motorsport homologation and extreme performance. Following the tradition of the N1 variants, Nissan produced only 38 units of the V-Spec N1, aimed at professional racing teams and hardcore enthusiasts. These cars were stripped down to reduce weight, with the removal of non-essential features like air conditioning, audio systems, and ABS. The N1 was all about performance, sacrificing comfort to maximize speed and agility. The 2.6-liter twin-turbo inline-six had upgraded turbochargers with steel internals, designed for endurance racing and capable of handling higher boost pressures. On the flat, the V-Spec N1 could reach 60 in just 4.4 seconds and cover the quarter mile in 12.7 seconds. Number 2. 19 units. Developed by Nismo, the Z-Tune was based on the R34, which had already earned a reputation for its impressive capabilities. Nismo took the R34 to new heights by incorporating technology from their GT500 racing cars. Interestingly, Nismo used pre-owned R34 V-Spec models with low mileage as the base cars, which were then completely rebuilt with significant upgrades. At its heart was a heavily modified version of the RB26DE-TT engine, enlarged to 2.8 liters and equipped with upgraded internals, including forged pistons and twin turbochargers. This setup produced a staggering 500 horsepower, making the Z-Tune the most powerful road-legal R34 ever. It could sprint from 0 to 60 in just 3.8 seconds and had a top speed of 203 miles per hour. Despite its extensive use of carbon fiber components, the Z-Tune ended up being about 40 kilograms heavier than the original R34. Number 1. 19 units. The GT-R50 was a special edition of the iconic R35, created to celebrate the 50th anniversaries of both the GTR and Idol design. This collaboration resulted in a unique and striking design featuring a lower roofline, gold accents, and bespoke bodywork that set it apart from the standard GTR. Under its hood, the GT-R50 boasts a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6 engine tuned to produce an impressive 710 horsepower and 575 foot-pounds of torque. This power allows the car to rocket from 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds, making it one of the fastest GTRs ever produced. The company initially planned to produce 50 units, but only 19 were actually built. Each was customized to the buyer's specifications, ensuring that no two cars were exactly alike.